if somebody's really bad at branding and marketing, they're really bad at sales. I can guarantee you. Like even someone like, oh, I'm the best sales coach. No, you don't. You suck. I know the best sales coaches because I see them every single day. They're good at influencing me. Jordan guy got his means off sales, off scamming.
But to him, it's still sales.
He just lied to people. And the reason why I think there was probably maybe heat in that, because when I was watching clips, Grant was probably just getting mad halfway through the interview.
He was upset.
Halfway through the interview, just realized
I've never seen Grant.
I'm debating sales with somebody that just scammed a bunch of people.
Yeah. Steve Jobs didn't really do much for Apple. Like he was the bully, he was pushing, but he wasn't the creator, but he was the salesman. Like he's the guy that, he's the salesman, he's the visionary. He kept selling people on, here's where Apple's gonna go, here's where Apple's gonna go. And Patrick Badave said this, if you're really good at sales, you'll make millions. Really good marketer, you can make billions.
Every single best salesperson is the best storyteller. Yeah. You know this. The best people in the world, the best people in their companies know how to turn every single product they have into a story, their compensation plan into a story, the reason why they're in the company for a story.
Yeah. Daniel, would you ever consider joining a network marketing company?
Oh, nice.
Oh, I did when I was young, but I would never join a network marketing company now.
Maybe at the beginning when you were trying to build
wouldn't
up.
be friends anymore, dude. I'd have to be in competition with this guy. Come on. This guy worked for another company, then this guy's like, this Daniel guy.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I feel like Toronto takes these two guys for granted. Like you can take them to another country in India across the world and you'll pack out a whole venue.
This will be definitely, absolutely the highest podcast we have watching.
Success After Dark, Season 2.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Success After Dark podcast. We got my brother Daniel G in the house. This is part 2.
Let's go.
Then I have to do it.
And we got my brother Vlad and my brother Armin on the pod.
Took your seat, Armin. You better have better questions than him now.
Oh shit! Oh shit! But no, the first podcast. Well, we don't have it up, but we'll have some clips from it. It was in the old. It wasn't even a studio. What was it, bro? Like a photography,
like a warehouse
studio.
Warehouse,
old warehouse. Yeah,
with like 1,000.
We were shooting
ceiling.
We were shooting that episode on iPhones.
Oh no, his
Daniel
episode.
Daniel G took a video of the setup saying, "Shout out to my boys," and Rakan's like, "Yo, the setup. Don't show the iPhones in the back." So, yeah.
It is true.
Upgrades, man.
But Daniel, man, welcome back, bro. We had to kind of bring you back at GC Studios, because bro, we've been working on this place since like December.
Yeah.
And then finally we got we technically have been like you guys think a month? No. Officially? More than a month?
Bro, mid-February we launched.
We just started taking payments like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Nice.
So
You're talking about launches, he's thinking about money. Right.
Yeah, but mid-Feb is when our first couple times, and then actually we start getting like smoothing out in the beginning of March. It's been 1 month, and our last episode with Daniel G is the highest watched episode in Success After Dark. Yep. So we want to make a part 2 to make it really rock and roll.
Until part 2.
Until part 2. So we want to make a solid part 2 right now. And bro, thank you for blessing us today.
Of course.
It's going to be good.
On home turf.
Let's start with Daniel going to India. What's up with that?
Yeah. So if you guys are going to watch this in a couple weeks or a few weeks or whatever the case is. So right now, as you guys watch this, we're sitting down in Toronto, and I have a flight that leaves to India tomorrow. So it's 50-50. And this is a beautiful thing about entrepreneurship, you know, this is not calculated. So like and the reason why it's 50-50 is because I had to get a new passport, and then the e-visa rules are strict. So I don't know if that passport's going to get, a check mark for the e-visa because it's a 1-year temporary passport. So we go into hopefully India tomorrow to do an event down in India. And it's just, we were just talking about it before. Like, I just say I do things that majority of people just won't do,
Yeah.
And when when I walked in the studio, it just said, there's so many players, just be a game changer. Right. Yeah. So I said, who the fuck is going here to India to go do trainings, etc. Right. So a lot of my things just been like, and I'm still in that yes phase of my business. I said this last week. I said, I said there's always a point inside of your business where you're gonna have to say yes a lot, and then there's gonna be a point inside of your life where you're able to say no. You know, so I said I still feel, and I still try to consciously put myself in that yes phase a lot. I still not try to get picky, right?
Yeah.
I don't try to get picky because I try to say yes to a lot of things. So then, and there's now I feel like I have a little bit more leverage now to say no. You know, to be a little bit more selective. But man,
how far is
15-hour direct flight? Probably like what from here to Lebanon that we did, right?
I
think I was in Europe. I was in Italy at the time when I was in Italy, Dubai to Italy.
So Dubai here,
which was one of the best events that I did in 2022. Like, you know, that was
really,
yeah, of course, that was one of the. I think that and an Italy event was my two top favorite events. The energy there.
But you have some big events lined up this year.
Yeah, like, some big events.
Crazy.
Events. Yeah, but we'll do a couple good events this year too. But
bro, how many people was supposed to be in India?
India sold a couple thousand people. Yeah, so let's say maybe 1,500.
But that's the beauty about these countries, man. Like when you bring somebody like Daniel G, people
they know the worth, bro.
They know the like they're willing to pay. Like, bro, it's like when we in Lebanon, like you just mentioned somebody that they've seen online. To them, it's like, oh, like this is not real, bro. I gotta like sit down with him and talk to and take pictures. Like, you know, we mentioned Laith earlier, and bro, this guy, like his dream was to like meet Daniel. I was like, bro, just make sure, please, like, yo, when he comes, I've been following him and blah blah blah.
You know what's crazy? And I feel like Toronto takes these two guys for granted. Like you can take them to another country in India across the world, and you'll pack out a whole venue.
I agree with you.
At Euphoria, we had both of them.
What's Euphoria?
1,000 people.
The event that we had in Toronto, remember?
In Toronto last year in May.
Oh.
But it's
right.
People just like this.
Right.
And we had to push Toronto like crazy.
Yeah, we had to push Toronto. Well, speaking of Toronto, we'll have another Toronto. Well, I don't know if this will come up, but yeah, it should come up.
April 29th.
Well, we haven't locked in the dates yet because I'm renting out some. I'm looking to rent the art center, the Meriden.
Yeah,
the one
the
on
Living
Yonge.
Arts.
Yeah, not the Mississauga one.
Okay.
The one on Yonge
downtown.
Street. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
The Sony Center is nice too.
Yeah, the Sony Center.
Is that it? Is that what you're talking
Sony
about?
Center is North York, no?
I think it is the Sony Center, bro.
No, Sony Center is downtown.
Oh, it's not. I don't know. It's something North York.
So.
It's called the Meriden something. Meriden Arts something. But so. Do you ever prepare for these events? Do you have like a couple bullet points before you go? Because I know for
the way I do events is what I've been in flow with in the past month usually. Yeah. So because I constantly have to like, you know, bring you information, especially if I'm doing like, you know, with you, if I've trained your company a couple times, whatever the case was, or your team. So I do whatever I'm in flow with. That way I don't have to force anything, and whatever I'm in flow is what I've been training on for the last like month, couple weeks, whatever the case is, right? And then, you know, a little bit from, let's say, everything's usually just from what I've been training.
But brother,
on
do you ever look at the age class, like?
Yeah, of course.
Any good public speaker, bro.
Yeah. And you also like, you know, when you know this, but like speaking around the world, it's, you know, you speak differently in America than you speak in Europe. You speak differently in Europe and in different parts of Europe.
Yeah.
You have, you know, you speak a lot differently. Like, you know, you can't crack the same jokes that you have in America that you have in London.
True.
They'll have a straight face. You know, it took me like 20 minutes to break that crowd. I've said some jokes, it was offensive, right? So, and that's the whole point. Like, you're a chameleon when you're a speaker, you know? And you know, this guy, I don't know, some guy I was watching online. He's like, here are my 17 best speaking rules or whatever the case is. And I'm like, dude, you know, as a speaker, you're an influencer. If you're great at sales, you're a great speaker because you're not just influencing one person. You're influencing the crowd's ears to listen to you for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the biggest sale of it all. Okay, you can sell one person, but can you sell 2 hours of people sitting in their seat not wanting to take a piss?
Yeah.
That's a sale. Like, dude, I didn't go take a piss for 4 hours. That was my sale, right? So to me, this guy was like saying like 18 different things to be a great speaker. I'm like, know your shit. Line one. You know your shit, you're good. Like, if you can speak from here and turn off here, you're fucking good. You know? It's because sometimes there are times where I go into an event and I will, like, let's say we're going to like Lebanon. Like, we'll do everything before handling the flights, going for a haircut, getting a new. And then the last thing I think about, I'll be with like,
what
Steve.
am I speaking?
So, oh shit, we're speaking tomorrow. Right? I was so like hyped up to eat the food, meet the people, etc. I'm like, oh, we're speaking tomorrow. And then sometimes I will turn to Steve, I'm like, man, what do you think I should drop? He's like, yeah, don't think about it. Like, you know, he's like, just do what you always do. Because every time I overthink it, You know, I just say you always speak from the heart, turn off the brain. Turn off the brain, speak from the heart, right? It's the best speaking tips. Because if you know your shit, that's speaking 101. You can't, you know, you train one person, train 10 people, 100 people. Anyways.
Have you ever had the stage, like, where you went on the stage and the moment where you go, what was I
Gonna say?
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe in the middle, because I go off on such far tangents that I
Because,
don't know how to
brother, you
circle
go
back.
deep, like-
Yeah, I don't know how to circle back sometimes,
know
and I
how
say,
to-
and I will tell people. Like, I don't know where we were 5 minutes ago.
Remind
You know,
me.
this is just,
but I
this
think
is-
it's a
I
tactic
think-
too, bro. Sometimes
sometimes
you
it
can
is,
test,
but
you can
but
test.
I think I was like with Jesse Lee a few weeks back, and I was doing it. I said, "Oh, you guys got to remind me what I just spoke about 5 minutes ago because I have no clue." We were talking about some funny story, and then it went back because I don't have the notes or anything, right? I never put like notes on the screen.
I've never seen you do that.
It'll confuse me. Yeah.
Damn, have you ever been heckled on stage or
No.
booed?
No,
Never?
no.
I feel like the energy is always so positive.
Yeah,
I
no.
assume-
I mean, of course, people like fucking hate me probably when they leave too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like,
I remember back in Rakon's early days. Remember the York days? Fuck. He had a couple guys in the crowd.
Bro, I had to
Yeah.
like cuss people out on stage, bro.
I
You mother. Bro, yeah, bro. I was Daniel. When I was up and coming, bro. I
In
didn't
York
care,
University?
bro.
Like in a
we were
lecture hall?
doing- Yeah. Kids standing up. Yeah, fuck this, that. I'm like, you fucking
Right.
Like, bro, I was right, and it's crazy because like I've over time learned how to overcome it. Whether like cracking, like because you fighting it would make you look bad.
Right,
You
right,
cracking
right.
a joke around it,
Uh-huh.
the people would somewhat accept, depending on who it is, they would accept the joke. So I had to like I had to learn how to overcome because bro, we were doing some shady events in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like anything to, but
I think when you're young and you start speaking, sometimes when your ego's high,
ego
and people
high,
can
yeah.
feel it. You know, when your intent is actually not to help people.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when your intent is not to help people and you just look like a jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Like my intent is to help people get a little bit better, and I feel like people can feel that.
And
you know?
I was about to say, so I feel like I changed. So over time, bro, I've changed my philosophy on stage. Is that because I've always had this fear on stage that I want to be able to impress them,
Right.
and then eventually it turned into I just want to help.
Yeah. Like
Right?
I want to
Yeah,
train
I
people.
actually want to help you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when it changed from impress to help,
Yeah.
it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, if this one guy doesn't want to be helped, there's 40
Yeah.
other people that,
Yeah.
that would like to be helped. So
And I can
guess
see
it's-
from both of your guys' energies, it's more coming from like what you guys know and what you guys want to give.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
opposed to
And
what
bro,
trying
neither
to
of them go on stage talk like universe, believe, achieve.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
to be like, man, Daniel just says some tactical stuff. Rokon
Yeah.
says some
Yeah,
tactical.
Because I feel like that's how our brain works, bro.
Yeah.
We know we're born a couple days apart.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple days
Same,
apart.
same
bro.
year? Oh, you're, or
No,
you're
not
older.
same year.
Oh,
I feel like the energy comes from like knowing it wasn't easy to get to where we
Yeah,
got.
yeah.
So like you're just kind of giving them the reality, and some people just don't like to be hit with that. So it does irk some people, but we're kind of just saying like this is what it took us.
Yeah.
So there's no fluff on the stage, and sometimes people like the fluff. It's good. It makes
There's
people feel good.
many people that
But
like
but
the
it, like what makes you feel good is not what's going to make people move. That's the problem. So some people, yes, I it's kind of like when you go on stage, your job is not to make everybody go out there and work. And if you are attached to that result, it's game over. There's going to be like a hand selective of individuals
That will actually take it
go
and
out there,
run with it.
and work. So
But
I don't get.
I have something with every event that I've ever hosted, bro. Like I try as much as I can to not have like, let's just say, bro, if I have all Daniels, the event becomes too tactical. If I have too much like people that speak about God and the universe, then it's fluffy and there's no real substance to it. So I try as much as I can to have like a mixture of everything. I want somebody. I want somebody to have inspirational, and then I want somebody to be information, tactical, right? So typically Daniel will be the tactical guy. Like Daniel gave a really good training. This is like typically I forget all the trainers what they train on. Daniel did a training in Lebanon that I still, for some reason, I still remember, and he was talking about.
Was day 2?
Yeah, day 2.
Yeah, that was fun, yeah.
And that was a really good training, bro.
Yeah.
And he was talking about it's the game of numbers, but in a longer process. I'm like, yo, that's actually really smart. Like, because we always kind of pitch it like any business, any sales is a game of numbers, right? But he was like, well, it may be not the game of numbers right now, but over time, it equivalent to this number.
Right.
So I for
I
some
remember
reason,
that
I
training.
said,
Yeah, we had the whiteboard.
yeah, they had a whiteboard.
Yeah, I tell everybody, I'm like, they're like, so what notes to use? I'm like, dude, just get me a marker and a whiteboard and just zoom in the camera to the whiteboard, and that's it. Don't put my face in the back,
Yeah,
nothing, or just put a blank screen.
But yeah,
I feel like
man.
you'll be using that whiteboard even like in massive arenas. People in the bleachers are looking trying to see the whiteboard all the way.
No, they zoom into it.
Which year was a better year for you? Was it 2021 or 2022?
Every year, like this year is better than last year.
So what?
2022 is
Okay,
better than
so here,
2021. Every single year.
what was the main difference between 2022 and I guess let's say 2021, 2022?
Relationships.
You just got
Relationships like trust and relationships. So in some people don't know, but in 2018, there was a credibility hit.
Yeah.
With
I remember that.
a collaboration that I made.
Yeah.
And there was a credibility hit. I just talked to a couple friends last week about it in Vegas.
Okay.
The same people that were iffy about me. You circle 4 years back, and you're doing work with them, right? Because I just stayed in the game. Because whatever's true will always come out eventually towards the end. So I said, there's no fucking way when this thing that is false hits, then I'm now gonna let people tell the story. I have to go even 10 times harder to show them like what's real, and then because they'll eventually, people always come towards them. They're like, okay, that's the truth. So I think it was just sticking to my game and never switching up. The reason why I think it gets more powerful every single year is because majority of people go left and right. So it's like when they start getting good, they get another opportunity and they take that opportunity. I've really, really stuck in my game. Even though I had a lot of opportunities, I never went left, never went right, never quit what I was doing. I continue to be the sales trainer. I said, okay, when people need sales training, the first person to think of is myself,
Daniel, yeah.
right? So I just stayed in my lane, took a lot of pay cuts and a lot of pay hits. It eventually pays off, every single year I think collaborations is the first one. And sticking down the lane, bro. I think too many people are just so quick to just jump fucking industries. Like now everybody, if you go to these online entrepreneurs, they have like 8 products that they're selling, and then they get known for nothing because they've never built one. Like you can go digress and go build another product, go build another service, go build another studio. The thing is, people know you for one in the beginning.
for one thing.
So they people don't even have the ability to build trust.
Yeah.
They don't even have the ability to build trust with their audience.
I agree. So I noticed. Okay, so I'll tell you my difference between. So 2020 is my first million. 2021. 2021. Sorry. From 2020 to 2021 was my first million. 2022, I just saw a lot of money in my bank and I started panicking, bro. So I started buying all this shit.
Right.
Like the restaurant and this and this and the bank.
Invested though, bro.
Yeah, like not spending it. I was emptying my bank account in a way, not in a spending way. And like, if I keep seeing this money, I will just sit. I'll just do nothing. Right. So, I just felt myself like slipping a little bit. Oh, let me just wake up an hour later. Let me not do this. Let me not do this. And so I started putting money on. But then here's the other problem. It's because all these projects were all starting at the same time. It took away a little bit from my actual business. Right. So I was still dialed down, still focused.
Yeah, because investments are energy.
But absolutely. But rather than it's 100%, it took maybe 30% out of me. Sure. Right. This year, because all of these are set, I no longer need to have hands in any of them, right? The only thing that really we have a hands in is here, and this it cannot it just complements what we do, right?
Sure.
And I don't really talk about it that much. So to me, it's like, okay, well, how can I just dial in into how can I make my social media big, and how can I can dial into my own language. You see my social media right now, I'm really focused on Arabs, bro.
Yeah,
like
smart.
I'm just like
smart. Yeah.
I've been fighting it for so long, I no longer want to fight it. I want to go with the flow because there's not many famous people that do what I do in the Middle East. So why not? Like rather than fighting all these, because there's so many North Americans, bro. So many North Americans, but there's nobody in the Middle East. There's a blue ocean and there's like a little ocean right here. I don't want to be in this ocean. I want to swim by myself. So that's kind of the difference between all these years. So that's kind of why I asked you which one. So in my head, of course, the years have gotten better in income in my head, but I've had a year where I've had like everything was going smooth. It wasn't going against. It was like 2021. Yeah, it was just going with it. 22, I've seen some.
Dan, I got a question for you because I know you were talking about passing up on opportunities and deals, especially early on trying to build that trust. I know Rakan, Armin knows too, passed up on a lot of money and deals and opportunities on his way up and still doing it to this day. What would you say the biggest deal that you had to pass up on when you're coming up and then you have to say no? Because I know you're sticking with the sales training.
Yeah, I would say it's, big partnerships, I think companies, when everybody says, okay, I want this guy to, lead the company or whatever the case is. And man, I came from no money, so I fucking love money.
Yeah.
When somebody offers you a lot of money, that is guaranteed up front, a lot of it too. And obviously, then go in and do my job and lead sales teams, etc. Are you asking like monetary wise?
Yeah.
I've passed up opportunities more than whatever I made today. Right. So it's a lot of money, like tens of millions of dollars, and potential that I think in my head I would have guaranteed hit probably towards the end of the year, like, $50 to $100 million. Yeah. Big partnerships, like a couple big partnerships that, I started to think, okay, wait, if I get involved in this partnership, I will now no longer be able to do what like everything that I wanted to do.
Exactly. Because you're committed to one now in a way, right?
So, yeah, exactly. So, but what I did is I just futured myself, said, okay, now it won't affect me for the first year. I wouldn't care because you'll get so caught up with the money. You'll have you'll have a yacht, you'll have a jet. But then I'm like, 5 years, you're going to be like, oh shit, I slipped up on everything else as to why I did this. Like I wanted to go to India. I wanted to do this, but I was now behind, scenes with one place and one structure and one organization that I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do. Right. So, man, just sticking to the guns.
I think being what do they call it? Like a free bird or like just not being associated to
I'll tell you something because
is way better.
we call ourselves entrepreneurs as network marketers, but we still belong to an organization. So we're maybe intrapreneurs. So we're not the freest birds.
I've seen that. You said that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So in that sense,
you guys have entrepreneur, everything about it. It's like you have all the components of entrepreneurship, not fully locked in. Like you have some systems and operations. You have some marketings, but you're not, you have marketing, you're creating flyers, but you're not creating the company's flyers. So you're like entrepreneurs within a company. You're entrepreneurs within a company. And that's why nothing will ever beat network marketing. Anything will ever beat network marketing as a business, because, as an initial business, because you just, you learn every single component of the business. It's physically impossible to beat, any initial, I think, sales job can never beat a network marketing sales job. It's physically impossible. And if anybody argues they just don't understand.
Speaking of marketing, speaking of network marketing.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were going to ask this on the first episode.
I have, something really nice I want to ask.
Okay, ask. What are you guys looking at?
Yeah, he wants to say something.
Do you think I want to ask it? Daniel, would you ever consider joining a network marketing company?
Oh, nice question.
No, I did when I was young, but I would never join a network marketing company now.
You wouldn't?
No. Why? Why would I do that?
For the reasons we were discussing.
I just told you. I just told you
sticking to one.
Yeah.
Maybe at the beginning when you were trying to build
wouldn't
up.
be friends anymore, dude. I'd have to be in competition with this guy.
Bro.
Fuck. I don't want this guy to start beating me and stuff. This guy worked for another company, then this guy's like, this Daniel guy and stuff.
10 years from now, for all three of you guys.
But really, it would be a disservice. You do understand that, right? I actually tell my friends that. I when my friends try to recruit me, I'm like, this is such a disservice to other people. Because people suck at sales training. They actually there's not many good sales trainers in today's day and age. Brother. So it's actually as much as it's cool. I tell my friends that always recruit me. I just got off a call with your company. I just got off a call with Jasmine's team last night. You weren't on it, were you? Oh no.
No, brother.
Okay. It's okay, bro. I told them, I said, it's funny how only the top of the top in every single organization always try to recruit me, and they were looking at me because I was telling them, I'm like, it doesn't take, a paycheck to create your posture. It takes your posture to create the paycheck. And I said, there's people at the top of your organization for a reason. Like, let's say Ant, no matter what, great leaders always take their shot, right? And Anthony, hopefully he's watching this because he knows straight up, right? He's every single year, he'll ask me straight up and he'll recruit me every single year. He'll go for a shot. And then it was a lesson to everybody on the call. And I said, why? So why don't you guys? But Anthony's our top leader. No, that's why he's the fucking top leader. You know what I'm saying? He's a top leader because he's been doing that since day one. Even when he was fucking 17 years old, he wouldn't care if it's fucking recruiting up, recruiting down. He's just looking at the person like a freaking person. He's looking at all the skill sets and say this guy would work great in the side of the company. Right. So
that's funny. You know what's funny? We his episode, Daniel's episode comes and then.
After Anthony's?
Oh, because you guys did one in Mexico?
Yeah, I just remember that.
Yeah. But that's just to me, I love that. I like still when a leader will come up to me and whatever it's hard recruiting, soft recruiting, I like being pitched. I like it.
Yeah, I think we even
It's
talked
simple.
about with Anthony.
Yeah.
We're like Dan would put in some heavy volume in the system. He's like, yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Brother,
Yeah.
what was the best pitch you ever got?
I know which one.
What was the best pitch I've ever got? Man, I think it was just the one we talked about. I think the best, I was telling him, I said, the best one is where you just click into it after, because everybody thinks a pitch is just over the phone. Like, hey man, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Daniel, join my company, right? It's when you just slow, you're like, oh damn, that was good. I didn't know.
It was a
You don't even,
long.
so you don't even realize it's a pitch at the beginning, basically.
How long
Just
was
hold
the
it.
pitch?
Let's just hold
3
it.
hours?
Let's just stop it right there. Yeah. It was really 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hour
Beautiful.
pitch.
3 hour pitch?
3 hour
Because
pitch.
it's not.
But it wasn't a pitch.
It's like a
it was
story
a story.
builder. Like that's what you're doing. Because think of
Limit the
it. Every
second.
best. Just think of this, dude. Just like I said, every single best salesperson is the best storyteller.
Yeah.
You know this.
I can say
obviously.
Patrick
It's like-
David kind of style. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just bro.
Rakan
every-
style.
Patrick is good.
Every
Yeah.
pastor,
Patrick is good.
Yeah.
every priest,
Yeah.
every grandparent,
Yeah.
every teacher. The only person you ever listened to was the person that gave a great freaking story. Always.
Yeah.
So people just don't know how to turn. Like no company in the world, no script in the world, no sales trainer in the world will ever teach you how to look at something and turn that into an analogy and a story. Nobody can ever teach you that. But the best people in the world, the best people in their companies know how to turn like every single product they have into a story, their compensation plan into a story, the reason why they're in the company for a story, like just everything about it, even in 5
Testimonials
seconds.
and, everything. Yeah.
Bro, 10 years from now, what do you guys want to be known for?
What do I want to be known
We all
for?
talk about
That's a good
working
question.
hard, this, that. 10 years from now, what would you want the public to see the Daniel G image as?
Man, I just think just what I'm doing right now on just a bigger scale, I stick what I stick best at. So if I can help somebody in their sales, I can help their business. If I can help somebody in their business, I can help their life, right? So eventually they'll just say, well, the guy's changed my life. And inevitably he just said, the guy's helped my business. So if I could just stick to what I'm doing right now on a much more scalable way, like, we have plans. Again, I go into different countries, speak in different countries for reasons to feel out the market and then learn. Because I have plans to scale out my trainings. I was just telling Rakan and we'll talk about it, but like into different languages as well,
So
right?
you said Arabic.
Yeah, Arabic, Spanish, Italian, and I think it was Hindi. I think it was
I don't know.
Indian. Yeah,
But I know the 3 that you told me.
Yeah, it was 4 that I was gonna go into.
Oh, okay.
And it just lets me spread my message further, So
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
It's been time too. It's been really time too. But
Rakana, what do you want to be known for? 10
YouTube,
years
bro.
from
It's the same thing. It's like the you can only do so much. You know what
Yeah.
I said? I said last week I was doing this live stream during a jog, and I said, you know what the problem about me was? And I now it's finally, and I think this is with everybody. The best thing that it was cool was this is just like a level up every single year. It's like when you start the game, you want to be the talk of your town. It's like the coolest fucking thing in the world. And that's where I realized I'm fucked up. I'm fucking up. Because all I would hear in my office was a story about this good about me in my city and a story about that good in my city. And then, my friends would say, oh, bro, you're talking to town. Either somebody was talking shit or somebody was talking good about me. And I said, this is exactly where I'm fucking up. I'm talk of my town. That's where I'm losing. That's like the cool thing to be talk of your town.
Yeah.
And then I said, that's where I'm losing. And
Talked
then
all over the world, bro.
then you're like talk of America or talk of North America.
yeah.
I'm like, fuck that. I want to be talking North America. Went in there, wrecked shit. I'm like, no, I want to be talk of the world. And even that is just so small because when you look up at the stars, you're like, we are dust. Like if you look at the stars, we're just dust. So
you believe there's aliens out there?
dude, 100%, 100%.
You think there's someone better than Daniel?
No, yeah,
on another
100%.
planet?
We are jokes. Like when somebody's like,
Someone's laughing at Daniel's-
It's really risky to build this business. Just go look, bro. We're there's stars, there's planets that are laughing at us right now.
Dan, how long you been in sales game now for?
For a while, yeah.
11 years? 12
no,
years?
more. About 15 now.
Has there ever been a day that you thought this wasn't for you, you wanted to quit? And obviously you didn't.
Sales.
So how did that
sales, go? No.
Sales,
no.
never.
No. Like I didn't really consider myself in sales in the beginning, but no, I don't think I've ever said I wanna quit sales.
Yeah.
And anytime it's great because anytime I've ever doubted my business in the beginning, which everybody does, I think it's bullshit if people say they don't doubt their business in the beginning. Of course. I'm like, I just go get a sales job. It was that comfortable.
That was
I was never scared about money.
Yeah.
Like I was. That's the most beautiful thing about it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Did
like, I
you
can
ever
literally
wanna-
go
did
get
you
a
ever
job
wanna
to
quit?
survive.
Yeah, multiple times. But
In the
bro, I
beginning,
was never.
it's a good topic to talk
I'm
about.
getting to a point in my life where I'll tell you what my mom told me the other day. She comes up to me. She's like, "What if this thing disappears?" I'm like, "What thing?" This company. I'm like, "I'll go to another company."
Yeah,
I don't think that's hard.
yeah.
She's like, "What if like all like every?" Because I was talking to her that I have a lot of money in crypto. Blah 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 blah. She's like, "What if the internet shuts down?"
Mom, are you on our side or there is?
Well, she's just giving me, you know, it's just mom being mom.
Yeah,
I'm
my
like,
grandmother probably said this.
I'm like, Mom, look, because you know she believes the end of the world to come and then everything will go back to the old days and we gotta go on horses. I'm like, Mom, look, what is the one thing that's been here since the old days?
Sales?
Sales,
Yeah.
right? So worst comes to worst, I'll sell the religion, brother.
Yeah.
Done.
You said the religion?
I'll sell religion.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's people that
You
sold
convert
Bibles.
Daniel?
I'll really convert Daniel. Daniel, let me give you the comp plan of the Muslim community. You bring one, you go to heaven.
There's people that sold
One line, brother.
straight down.
One line to heaven. No binary
I don't know if I
composition,
can
bud.
commit to one right in the religion right now.
There's people though, like think of it, people you sell Bibles.
But,
Daniel's
but
just
this
a
is my
religion
point,
trainer.
bro. So like
Encyclopedias.
I think if you have the, because I believe, and Patrick Badave said this, if you're really good at sales, you'll make millions. Really good marketer, you can make billions.
But I think you're good at both now.
Yeah, you're
I'm good.
really
I think
good
you know
at
a
Yeah,
brand
I think
marketing
you've stepped up the marketing game the
Yeah,
past
yeah,
year,
of course.
couple
Yeah.
years.
I
man.
think but you know what? Again,
When's the last time you have not posted?
Yeah, I don't know, but
That's my
a
point.
great marketer, dude.
No, for real.
A great, I don't miss. A great marketer is a great. I think a great marketer is just a great salesperson. I think somebody that's bad, because think of marketing. It's just it's a grand influence, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you suck at marketing, you suck at sales. I'm gonna be honest with you. In today's day and age, if I can't, again, it's influence. Influence. How do I get somebody to watch my video, share my video, like my video? I'm influencing just on a more grand scale. So what does my video have to be? It has to capture them with a hook. It has to influence them to listen to it for a minute. So if somebody's really bad at branding and marketing, they're really bad at sales. I can guarantee you. Like even someone like, oh, I'm the best sales coach. No, you don't. You suck. I know the best sales coaches because I see them every single day. They're good at influencing me. And they're not, sales just doesn't mean it's one-on-one. Influence is influence is influence. They know how to influence their whole crowd to listen to them. It's why fucking Grant is great at sales. He's a real sales trainer. No, he's really, and some people try to rip on people like this. I'm like, you're stupid. He's great at marketing and branding because he knows sales just on a more grander scale than people. He knows how to get people listening to him more than the guy that says, oh, I'm the good sales coach. Dude, I don't see you. You're nowhere to be found.
It's true.
You are not a good sales coach. And if you were a good sales coach, you'd be able to talk about it marketing and branding's easy when you're good at your shit.
I have a
You
real
know?
question for you.
Yeah.
Were you ever a fan of Jordan Belfort?
I just watched the movie. That's it. I thought the movie was
You've
funny.
never saw his actual trainings?
No, I've
Like,
never
he has
watched
a
his
training
stuff.
called The Line and
Never
stuff.
watched his stuff,
I got his
never.
book a couple times, but did you see when him and Grant went at it?
Yeah. But Grant's a real sales guy. Like here's the difference.
Because Jordan was saying he was not.
No, I think but this guy got the Jordan guy got his means off sales, off scamming people.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But to him, it's still sales. It's like, well,
No, but you see
Did I make the money
make them pay?
transaction?
No, but you see, but people he just lied to people. Like there's no, and the reason why I think there was probably maybe heat in that, because when I was watching clips,
You watched it, right?
I watched the clips after, because people were talking about it. I'm like, Grant was probably just getting mad halfway through the interview.
He was upset.
Yeah.
Halfway through the interview, just realizing
I've never seen Grant
I'm debating
heated,
sales with somebody that just scammed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
What did he scam, bro?
He was selling
Securities fraud,
the whole thing. bro, like,
yeah.
So it's
Fake-
entertaining
pumping
for
and
people to
dumping
watch.
stocks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Entertaining for people to watch. Does it educate people the right way? No, I don't think it educates people the right way.
Yeah.
So maybe I didn't watch the whole thing, but I think
I
he
don't
was
watch
just
the whole
getting,
thing too, but
I think
I
he was
watched-
getting
I watched
mad
some
at him
clips,
because he's probably clicked in halfway, being like, wait. How and you can't compare both people. by the
Yeah,
way. No. You can't even see. I don't like when people like any A player.
Yeah.
If you're to sit them down right here, you could see somebody that's built a fucking empire.
Yeah.
You could see somebody that's built an empire and that's respectable.
Grant,
So yeah, of course. We did an event with Grant like a month ago. I think at Alex's stage.
Who's Alex?
Alex Morton, Grant.
Oh, yeah, Break the Code. Yeah.
It's a good event too. Yeah, it's
Solid,
funny.
man.
Good speaker. Yeah.
He's been, bro. I've watched Grant like since day
Yeah.
one, bro.
Uh-huh.
He's,
Yeah, I
he's
just
a-
have respect for anybody that's solid
at a
in
level
what they
like
do.
that. Yeah. Interesting.
Who would you say you have the most respect for in the industry? In terms of respect.
In what way?
Like, if you had to be like, this guy influenced me the most, I have the most respect for one person in the industry.
Man, I listen to old people like coming up, like more than now. Like I really don't listen to a lot of people. I just listen to like older people that, you know, gave the fundamentals of everything. Like to me, you know, the greats are guys like Brian Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy.
You know, and like Jim Rohn.
Yeah.
You know, these are greats, you know. And when you watch them too, it's very, you see everything derived from their trainings. And there's people even before them that, you know, people don't know.
Those are timeless guys, because there's some people that train sales, but it gets outdated. Yeah. But like Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, those guys
It's
teach
still
like,
not-
it's fundamentals.
yeah, fundamentals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think good salespeople are born or made, or a combination of both?
I think you could teach anybody. I think you could teach anybody sales if they're
You
willing.
say this always. Yeah.
If
I
they're
think you
willing.
could teach anybody sales, and I think it comes to a level of desire and hunger. I've said this on the last podcast. I said, you know, hunger will always outweigh anything.
Yeah.
If you're hungry enough, you will figure out a way. You know, anybody that's hungry that wasn't good at sales, that doubted themselves, but they were hungry enough to get the job done, they got the job done. There's a lot of people that aren't great at sales inside of your business, made a lot of sales.
Yeah.
They weren't great at sales, right?
I agree. Do you think you guys are good speakers, both of you?
Yeah.
At what point in your career did you? Was there one presentation where you're like, yeah, I'm a fucking speaker?
Oh, yeah. I was.
What was that
I
one
always the
presentation?
best since I was like 14. I say this always. No, I was a great speaker at 15.
Really?
Yeah, if you go ask my mom.
Yeah.
So I was doing a door-to-door sales job. Like I wasn't good at like speaking. Okay, well, when you say great speaker, you have to speak down like in your subject, right? I wasn't great at speaking in, like I would get nervous in front of my class if you asked me to train like a biology subject.
Yeah.
Like I was like an introvert almost.
Same, brother.
Okay, I was like an introvert. I would actually shake, right? And then we had these things called speeches. Do you guys know what speeches
Yeah,
are?
of course.
You know what speeches
Yeah,
are, right? So speeches I was fucking great at because it's just like a comedy show for me.
And you
People
could
would
choose- you could choose a topic.
People talk about
Yeah.
like tobacco and stuff. I would just go up there and just like I'd make a joke. It was like a 5 minutes like just jokester. Like it was just stand up comedy for me. And then I got good at training and speaking actually. And it's crazy because nobody ever said still do sales. I was, man, at 15, I was actually training my door-to-door sales company in the mornings on Saturday mornings. And there was 100 people in the warehouse. I would train them on how it, like, you know, I made an extra $100 and they'd be like, Daniel, you know, go train them on your strategy. These people are freaking lazy. And it's like older guys and they're like 30, 40 years old. And I was already giving whiteboard trainings. Like how did you, you know, when the wife says no, but the husband says yes, how do you get them? And I'm 15, like in shorts, like full of mud, giving a sales training. And if you go to my mom will say this till day one. She's like, yeah, he was always just good at speaking on his sales thing. He would come home and pretend he's presenting on the TV. Like I pretend I'm pitching them my product on the TV.
Yeah.
So to me, I always just say, you just become the best and then you get to train and you get to speak, right? So I'm just good at speaking what I know. Like I'm good at speaking at sales. That's it, right? So again, that's why it's automatic for me.
Yeah.
Right?
I think you're a little different. I think you kind of.
No, but then you got
over time.
good
Developed
though, and yeah, but it's when he got fucking great, you became
Yeah.
a great speaker.
When did you think that was? Last year? What was the one event where you walked off stage? You're like, yeah, I'm the fucking guy.
I'm the fucking guy. It's developed, bro. Like I remember when I made my first six figures, I thought I was the fucking
Levels,
day one,
bro,
bro.
right?
Day one.
Where did you know? Wait, I think the better question is, where did you know it clicked? Where you said, okay, this is it. This is where I'm in. This is my game. What?
I remember. It's
what
my
event
first
was it?
ever event.
GoPro.
Oh, like at a higher level?
Yes,
it was
yes,
GoPro.
yes.
Yeah, it was GoPro. It was
Yeah,
GoPro. I'm
GoPro.
looking around like no,
When you're on the panel, or like when you were main speaker last year?
no, but that's too soon, bro. I've had bigger events. It was
What
my
do you think,
first
Huddle
first
Summits?
Middle East event. My first
Huddle
Middle East
Summits.
event. I
Egypt.
said, bro, I had 4 securities around me. Like
Yeah.
I was on stage. People were jumping up and down.
Yeah. It's
That was
2021.
That was 2021.
You just moved different, huh? You were walking.
Bro, in the Middle East, bro,
Your
man.
chest was up. You had a
Man,
cigarette. I remember you walking.
security around me taking
You look
photos
like
over.
Ronaldo. Daniel, if it weren't for sales, what would you do? What
Man,
would you
I
be
don't
doing?
know. Shit. So, if it wasn't for sales, what would I do? Wait, let me-
I know
let me go
Rakan's
back to
answer.
this. Let me go. I have to think.
Rakan
back.
said he would do real estate if it weren't for network marketing, but that's still sales.
But that's still sales.
sales.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
sales.
I can't say any sales.
But I didn't
because
say
was
real estate, bro. I'll say I'll create a broker for real estate.
Real, like an EXP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Like, you know, I quit DJing off of one event, and that's how I got back into sales. I quit DJing off of one
DJ
event.
Daniel
I got
G.
so mad, dude. I was in competition for this big event in Waterloo to open up for the world's #1 DJ. His name's Hardwell, right? So he's a
Hardwell.
big,
Yeah,
he's a big
yeah,
DJ.
yeah, big-
And I was number 2 out of like 4,000 DJs, dude. Like,
Really?
if you want to talk about like me selling, I was on Facebook being like, yo, go like this post. It was whoever had the most likes, I think, on a SoundCloud track on a DJ mix gets to open up for Hardwell.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, I was winning the competition. I was number 1, and there was 3 seconds left. And I didn't know there was like such thing as bots. This guy bought like 1,000 likes on Facebook, and I quit DJing. I thought that was the end of it. He got to open up for Hardwell. The guy got like fake likes. I didn't even know that was a thing at the time. He got fake likes. Like shit, I would have bought that shit if I would have known. Like,
If I knew about
because
it.
it just went up like from 4,000 to 5,000 in the last second, and then I lost that competition, and I just quit DJing, right? I just quit. So I don't know. I think I would do something probably in the artist industry. I think I would go into that industry. Like I would go into probably, you know, producing music, making music, and then be able to, you know, to perform. Cause like a lot of DJs were performers. So that was my thing. I loved performance. You know, I loved being in front of a lot of people. So, and I was comfortable with that. Like I like DJing. I enjoyed it. A lot of people don't know this. I actually DJ'd in a lot of clubs when I was young.
In Toronto?
Yeah, for 4 years straight.
Wow.
Like if you ask my best friends, they were dropping me off at one club at nighttime. If I got kicked out of that club, I would go to the next club. I would book 2 gigs at once. I know never one gig was secure. So because I was underage. I was doing 21 plus clubs or whatever the age limit, and I was always 17. So I DJ'd from 15 on top of sales, 15 to I think about like 18 and a half. I was
Do you still have your sets and stuff?
I don't think I don't think I have them at my dad's house, but yeah, it was fun, man.
What would
It
you
was
do if
fun.
it weren't for sales? Not real estate.
Just not sales?
not sales.
I don't
You can't
know,
sell.
bro.
You can't sell.
Sports,
Shit. What would
bro.
you do?
Yeah, sports.
You'd want to do.
Sports. I'll be
Still performer. You guys
Yeah, yeah.
are just.
Yeah, but
both
I would
wanna
have
be
said
performers.
squash, but squash don't like it's not gonna pay the bills.
Bro, what are you talking
No, you only top 10.
Like top 10 in the world,
top
squash.
10
I mean-
20 friends in squash, they're number ones in the world. Like my friends are number 1 in the world. Like
Isn't he Arab?
they're from Egypt,
Egypt,
you
yeah.
know, like I think like 80% of the top 10 in the world are from Egypt.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Egypt just produces the best
Yeah,
squash
yeah.
players in the world. Simultaneously, they become engineers.
At the same time, it's
no,
crazy.
they're becoming
But isn't that your manager too? Simon, your manager, but also becoming an engineer.
No, what
Marwan.
manager? Oh, Marwan, yeah.
So who's my manager? Right now?
Well, I think you have a couple.
Manager for one of my companies.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports,
Yeah.
brother, you like boxing too, I know.
Yeah, but
Oh,
You
really?
know
I don't know
Gervonta
that.
Davis versus Ryan Garcia is coming.
who would win?
When was it? Is it
April
this
12.
week? Oh, next week.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
April
good,
19th,
bro.
sorry.
Man,
I think Ryan's gonna win this.
Oh wow!
Ryan?
I thought.
You
Garcia-
really think
I
is-
thought, I thought he's gonna lose. To be honest with you, I would love to see him win.
I think Ryan's gonna
I just
win,
think here personally
I
to
think
me,
Ryan's gonna win.
No.
personally
I'll
to
put
me,
my money in.
Personally
Ryan.
to me, I just think Davis is just more experienced.
Yep.
Just good with the big crowds.
Yep.
Has been smashing it lately.
Yep.
Like Ryan Garcia's a bullet, but we'll see. I want him to win. I just think Davis will not.
Bro,
gonna
what are your like why list on why
Because he's
Ryan
just so
Garcia
fast.
would win?
I
Bro,
just
fast
think-
is not enough for Kanabi.
I think, bro, he's
And you think he's a smarter fighter?
a smarter fighter.
impossible.
You think so?
He's a smarter
Really?
fighter.
Bro,
Really?
Mayweather Promotions, this guy, Gervonta Davis, when he trains, bro, he has 30 people around him. Okay, Rakanabe. On the back, he's dying. 30 people go, let's go, champ. That's it. Bro, it's different. Ryan Garcia trains with his dad and training partner.
Yeah, but that's the whole point, bro.
Bro.
Because
Gervonta
think about-
Davis
okay,
is
So wait,
Let's
why do
talk
you
about-
wait? Why? I just want to understand. Why did you say that's so
I'll tell you
important?
why.
Like when you got a guy like
When
5
you have
people
30
behind-
guys,
Yeah. Everybody's
okay?
picking. Oh, your
From
eyes
the
left.
physician to
Yeah, yeah.
nutrition to this guy, massage, this, that. All these guys, bro,
You're equipped better. That's all, bro.
equipped better, bro. Gervonta Davis
that's
comes
all,
from
bro.
nothing.
Equipped-
Number
equipped-
one, he comes from nothing, bro. He
Even
has
Ryan
the
comes
heart.
from nothing.
Ryan, bro, he was grown up. He showed where he grew up, brother. It's my dream house, brother. What are you talking about?
Okay, but wait. That doesn't. I'll tell you why that doesn't mean nothing. You ready?
Because I was raised in a fucking mansion, bro.
I'll tell you why that doesn't mean
me,
nothing.
bro.
Because he could be more hungrier still now for a different motive. There's so many people that grew up from fucking nothing that still have nothing, dude. So wait.
That is true.
And when I seen his eyes, like when he's on interviews, he's like, "I'm gonna rip this. Like I'm winning." He doesn't know how
Bro,
bad I want it.
So
like
Ryan Garcia, isn't it?
yeah,
Ryan Garcia.
So
He
coming
was on
up from
Impulsive
nothing,
the other
you know,
day,
because
I
you know
saw.
how a lot of people say, "Yo, this guy come up from nothing. I have that hunger in me." Well, good, dude. I know a lot of people that came up from nothing, and my friends that came from nothing, they're still fucking broke. Because there still has to be always a level of hunger when you get to the next level, the next level, the next level. So I see this where I think the chip on his shoulder is A, what took him to the fight, B, what will like, you know, keep up with the fight, because he has a big thing to be like, oh, this guy's just a fucking TikToker and influencer. That's why I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a great fucking fight. The only thing why I see Garcia, because Tank Davis, because the guy's, you know, such an experienced fighter and has been crushing it over the last like 2-3 years.
Bro, you look at the background of both fighters, okay? Some fighter step to this stage with this guy, some fighters step to this stage with this guy. It's like some fighter fought IPA, some fighter fight Diamond Executives. You know, levels to this, bro.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to gamble, right? Can you gamble?
Me, I don't know.
All wrong, brother. We just trade.
Yeah, because I was gonna say let's do a gamble.
Oh, brother.
Wait.
Listen, I'm looking at him.
No, one
Yeah,
second.
no,
Bro,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
supporting Gervonta Davis
Yeah, okay, yeah,
100%.
I can't
And
gamble
if I
with
had to
Khan.
put my house on it, I would put my house on Gervonta Davis.
You're gonna lose your house.
You will
next
put
week,
your
bro.
house in...
Wait, didn't you
No,
bet him
if I
had to
about
put
on
my-
his physique? On the physique challenge? Didn't you bet him? That's gambling, isn't that?
No, I didn't gamble anything
Because you guys said.
because it was one side gamble.
Oh, if you okay.
I didn't get anything.
Yeah, if you win, I gift you this.
Yeah.
If I win, I don't win
It was a
nothing.
halal gamble.
If I win, I win nothing.
Halal gamble.
They're thought out.
questioning
They're
my
thought out, brother.
contracts?
They're thought out.
But we'll see. I
good.
mean, it's next week, bro.
Yeah, we do.
It's next week.
No. Yeah.
It's next week.
2 weeks.
22nd,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
19
22nd
or
12th?
22nd?
Few weeks out. Pretty sure it's the 22nd.
Damn.
You got any more questions? I hear some noise outside.
Bro, we could go for 5 hours with Diamond.
No, we can go 5 hours
Talking
with Daniel,
about
bro. But
The food.
we
Just so you know, guys, the mans are breaking fast right now.
we
There's Uber Eats waiting outside. It's getting cold.
no, it's cool. But
There's not people here, right? No.
no, not yet. I think there's some people outside. But bro, like, what do you think, man? Like, is something that if somebody's really like wanna like get into sales, and do you think their first job, like, I'm looking at my younger sister, right? She's 15, I think, or 16, I don't know.
Oh, younger sister than.
Youngest, yeah.
Oh, you have another.
Yeah.
then
We're
Afnan.
4.
Really?
We're 4 total. It's
Oh.
me, Afnan, Jawad, Lamar.
Jawad, yeah, okay. I thought Jawad was the youngest.
Because Jawad, because this is how all my family is, right? Like, Afnan started like this, like, I wouldn't pitch, but because at that point we used to all live together, and they'd see me do things, and they would say like, oh, I can never do what you do, right? And then eventually they go find it, and this is before they find the job. They find the job, they get sick of it, and then okay, I kind of want to do what you do.
Right.
So that's how Afnan got started. Jawad is the same thing, bro. Jawad, like, he used to see me and Afnan doing shit, and he's like, yo, that's stupid. Like, I could never sign up.
Yeah.
And then eventually
Yeah,
get
yeah,
started,
Yeah,
right?
he made him work at Loblaws, and then he's
And
like,
then
oh.
and then I told him like, okay, I since this is stupid, I want you to go get a job, right? Go get a job. My younger sister's getting a job, like,
So yeah, and Jawad's at Loblaws cutting the meat. He's looking at Rakan on stage in front of 3,000 people. He's like, "Fuck, I gotta get out of here." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I like what would be if she's young right now? What would be the right step? Would it because I'm trying to at 16, bro. I'm trying to get her like a job that has some type of sales, but not really completely sales. Because I don't know how. Do you think being a young person? Do you think learning sales at a young age is better than learning sales at, like, let's say 25?
Yeah,
26,
100%.
27?
Yeah, I think, yeah, of course. I think the first thing, well, I started like off interesting route. I went door-to-door sales, which is a hard gig.
Yeah.
That's hard. But then what people don't know is I also did telemarketing.
Oh.
And I think that's a great sales job. I think that's underplayed. Why? Look how great this sales
Telemarketing is the-
Telemarketing.
what is-
you're
what's
just
telemarketing?
you're
You know the 1-800 numbers I call you?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Calling
you-
people,
you-
okay.
Yeah, ducts and air cleaning.
okay.
You know, you want selling. I was selling frozen meats.
I might have hung up on Daniel G back in the day. Not even know.
yeah. But
Who's a fucking
dude,
scammer, bro?
think,
You know what I mean?
think of this, right? Watch this. So underplayed. Like I actually genuinely can't fucking believe that I actually never seen somebody in high school ever say go get a telemarketing job. Like this shit fucks with my brain.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Think of it. And nobody ever says it in high school. Dude, that job was paying me minimum wage.
Yeah.
Plus a bonus if like a homeowner said yes to the frozen meats that I was selling. So I ended up making more than all my friends, and I would sit my ass on a chair in a nice office with like older people. I had
you
good
just call
energy.
people.
And all they said, like, they didn't give a shit about your sales performance. Just make the call. They didn't even expect you to be a great salesperson. Just read over the pitch or whatever the case was. That shit got me great at sales. Like,
Because
and-
you're doing it 1,000. How many calls do you
yeah,
think
you
we're
make
doing
like
a day?
maybe like 300, 400, 500 calls a day. Just boom, boom, boom. You had these auto dialers, and then like you just become so emotionless too.
Yeah.
You just don't
It's
give
a
a
robot,
fuck anymore. You're just like, person says fuck off. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
It's the truth though. Like I remember a good life, bro. I became a robot at the end.
Yeah,
Like,
high intensity.
It didn't mean anything,
Dude, numbers always outweigh emotions inside of business. So like when people are like, I have like, what would you say to this person if they told you fuck off? I'm like, the problem is you just had way too much time to think about the fuck off. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like,
nice.
Yeah, think of it. You just like numbers will outweigh the emotions in sales. So I always say, I'm like, you just had too much fucking time to think about the person telling you to fuck off. And when you have time, you get emotional inside of the business.
What would you say?
Think of volume. Volume doesn't like give you emotions in the business.
Yeah.
If you're doing volume, like I was telling your team last night that I was training, I said, I'm like, the only people that quit a business had the fucking time to think about quitting the business. Think of that. No. If you quit a business, like if somebody comes up to you and they're like, oh, Rakan, man, I want to quit. I think about quitting, blah, 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 which most people don't. They just tap out anyways. You never really get that full call. But if somebody quits a business, I would say, I'm like, dude, you just had time to think about your business. Because if you had time to think about your business, nobody's going to encourage you to become a fucking millionaire. Because when you think, you go back to when you're a kid. And when you go back to your kid, you're just going to go back to, you're going to go back to, no, I could just work a part-time job or a full-time job. Let me get something safe and secure. So if you go to thinking, you go to your subconscious. If you go to your subconscious, keep you safe and secure. So obviously when you think about your business, you get discouraged and you doubt, you end up quitting your business. So I said, if you're quitting your business, you had time to think about fucking quitting. The only person that doesn't quit their business is working. They don't have time to think about quitting their business. Anytime I doubted my business, I was thinking about my business. Anytime I wasn't doubting my business, I was fucking working. I was just in flow and I got all my best plans. Dude, and anytime, and this is how momentum's built, anytime you have a good fucking plan, it came through action. It came through like you moving. Like when I'm running, I have my best fucking game plans. When you're working out, your physiology is different, right? You're like running, like you have your best breakthroughs sometimes when you're on stage. You have your best breakthroughs like in a fucking training. So when people are like, oh, I'm stuck, I'm like, you're not fucking moving. When you're moving, literally physically and mentally, when you're moving, you're like, boom. Oh, like some of my best concepts come on a fucking training call.
Yo, I was about to say, bro.
Like,
some
I'm
of my
like,
best ideas, bro. Today on the live
breakthrough.
I'm doing things.
You're like, oh wow.
And I'm like, oh my god. And I stopped guys.
right.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Like, think of it. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, they're going to give you, like, the download of the message when you're doing the shit. They're not going to reward the person. The universe is going to reward the person that's like, oh, yeah, lazy in bed. Let's give them the best fucking concept in the world. Fuck that. Why am I going to give it to that lazy person? Let me give the download to Rakan or Daniel that are on training calls 24/7. Let me sprinkle a better thought inside of his head so he can articulate it better. Like, there's some shit inside of my head that when I'm training, I'm like, I didn't even say that. Like, that wasn't me. I'm like, I promise you guys, I've never said that before. I'll tell my team, I'm like, I don't know where that came from. You know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Like, where did that training come from?
I don't know.
But I just, so going back to a sales job, I think what's underrated, what's completely underrated, this is really underrated, and I'm not being biased. I think telemarketing is underrated because they give you a salary plus a bonus, and you feel good. Like anything that makes you feel good, that encourages you to do more. Like if you get a $5 bonus, that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like I was on top of the world in telemarketing. I thought I was the shit, and then I would dress for success. Like I'd put on a suit. I think I was going to a cool cold calling sales job, And then from telemarketing goes to inside sales. Inside sales, you get paid a little bit of a higher salary, and now you go work for a software company, a company that produces this, a company that produces that, a company that produces like software. Nobody again tells us that you can become an inside sales representative after high school, while you're in college, become an inside sales rep or whatever.
That would be the best.
You're talking like
Inside
business
sales,
B2B?
B2B, $45,000, $50,000 job, plus a commission,
bonus,
still not on our fucking resume.
And you'll be
it is all fucked up, man. Like I just wish, and this is not saying, oh, the system's fucked. Like it's actually like, why has nobody actually ever sat down and say, oh fuck, yeah, that's true, bro. I was doing better. Okay, wait. When the moment I dropped out and I got an inside sales job, I was doing better than people that came out of university with engineering degrees. Because I got a $60,000 salary or $55,000 salary downtown Toronto selling software, plus like an extra $5,000 a month on my salary.
So I have a crazy question for you. Do you think sales is for everybody?
Do I think it's for everybody?
Yeah.
I think you have to have a level of hunger to get into sales. So like, I think if you don't have desire,
like there's some people who are just not meant to be salespeople.
I think if you don't have enough hunger and desire to make money, you can never be in sales. Because it's gonna outweigh whatever. I said this on the last podcast. It's gonna outweigh what you're passionate about. It's gonna outweigh your feelings.
But
The reason why you're saying people shouldn't be in sales because they got emotions, so they give a fuck about what other people think about them. It's the only reason why they shouldn't be in sales. Just think about anybody that's not good at sales. They're scared about what other people think about them.
100%.
So I just, all I said was, I'm like, if somebody's hungry and broke,
Yeah.
and go sell that, you didn't have to be the best salesperson. You're just hungry enough to, and people pay for encouragement. People buy from you just because of passion, whatever the case was, because you're funny.
Because, bro, I saw a video today. It's talking about how Steve Jobs didn't really do much for Apple. Like, he was the bully, he was pushing, but he wasn't the creator, right?
Right.
Because it was Steve that created everything, but he was the salesman. Like,
Right.
he's the guy
visionary,
that,
sure.
he's the salesman, he's
Yeah.
a visionary. He kept selling people on, here's where Apple's gonna go, here's where Apple's gonna go. And because, bro, I've met a lot of CEOs in many companies. They're just not, like, they think being a CEO is more tactical and more numbers. And I gotta look at this number and what's our retention ratio and what's this. And I'm like, bro, like the CEO of the owner of Good Life, right? He was, and he's like old at this point, right? And I remember him, like, my first time ever, and my first time ever, like, meeting him. We were on he rented a yacht for everybody, for the top 500 people at Good Life, and I was there, and he was just selling all these people on the future of Good Life. And this is, bro, Good Life is not a small company. Like, you're already building a company. What more of a future are you looking to? And, like, at that point, he already had 400. I don't know how much locations right now.
Number
they
one
have,
in Canada.
but number one in Canada, 400 locations across Canada. And then now,
Well, he knew you wanted to go to the Middle East with Good Life, so he was probably
it-
selling you on
my
that.
pitch was,
Yeah.
I want Good Life, but they already took this. He broke my heart that day, because my goal with Good Life, I'm gonna figure this Good Life situation out, and I'm gonna just take it to the Middle East, right? Because I'm gonna, like, just build it there. And then what happens is, he told me, he's like, which location do you work at? And I tell him the Killing Highway 7 one. He was like, first of all, that location used to be a Gold's Gym. So when Good Life bought Gold's Gym, the owner used to be a Lebanese guy, and now we have Good Life in Lebanon.
Wow, already
So
too late.
I don't know why no, it's too late.
Yeah.
And then I looked. He's like, but you have other options outside of Lebanon. Yeah, I'm gonna figure.
I want to piggyback on your
I gotta
point.
work for myself now. Broke my heart. Broke my dreams, bro.
Really, that was your dream, huh?
Yeah, that was but I have it on my 2017 book.
To verify what you said, I have an engineering degree. I made $55K my first year coming out of school.
Right.
You said you made $55K plus bonus. You could double your salary.
I think so. I don't know if it was 45, 55, 60. Dude, I ain't looking at.
No,
I ain't
no,
looking
I-
at the
I
page. I was
believe
looking
you.
at the commission.
I was making $55K plus we had Timbits every Friday.
Yeah.
So there's no bonus.
Yeah.
With Timbits at the office.
Yeah, actually,
and then I
every
seen
Friday?
Every Friday.
Nice.
Yeah. Even during Ramadan. So
Why you still bring them?
Dude, they have it for, but wait. Okay, finish your question.
your dream
But the sales thing, then I see a salesman like Rakan, and I'm like, this guy dropped out of engineering school in like 20 minutes, and now he's making like this money. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is insane. It was a complete like paradigm shift. You know what I'm saying? So I have one last question for you before
Sorry, before you.
but you go.
Were you in a box? Like, because I feel like a
Box.
Good Life, bro. Not
What do
a
you mean?
box.
What do you
Like
mean? Wait.
well, mentally and spiritually.
Yeah,
physically,
mentally,
everything.
bro. Because I Good Life,
because you
I
cannot.
was at a in
no
a
matter
box,
how, no matter how
You were just in a cubicle.
No matter how good of an
Not
engineer
like a
I
cubicle.
was.
No, I meant like an actual.
No,
like,
no. Daniel,
you're limited to what you think is reality.
I could be the best engineer in the company, and it would still take me.
You're not in a cardboard box. You're in a
Yeah,
cubicle.
not.
It was like a metal.
I wasn't mean like
Okay.
Drywall box.
At Good Life, bro. At Good
Yeah.
Life, I was like.
Hey, all the
mentally-
engineers are gonna be pissed at us on this podcast. They're like, dude, I'm living good. My brother's an engineer. My cousins are engineers. Like, the fuck? They're in Jamaica right now. We're like working. But finish off the last question. What was it?
I was
You
just
got the
saying.
engineering ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
bro.
diss on your boys.
You want one?
engineering.
Yeah?
No,
It's
no,
actually
yeah.
$30 if you want to replace it. But anyways.
Yeah. But it's $60,000.
We're talking-
ring, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So crazy. You talk about hunger. You talk about needing the desire to be a salesperson. Is there a way? Because some people don't have that hunger.
Right.
Some people just don't have like the why.
Are you saying
Is there a way to
instill it?
is there a way to instill it and fabricate it and like a desire to win? Is there a way to do that?
So you're saying for people to come in sales and they're just not hungry enough?
Yeah.
And you're like, man,
is there a
how
way to
would you
get it
just-
out of them? Is there a way to be like, because people say find your why, but that's so cliche now.
Yeah, sure. I genuinely believe, I think somebody has to ask themselves better questions in their life, because the people that get a little bit more inspired always ask themselves a little bit, harder questions inside of their life. They and some people just will. Some people are okay being okay. you know? And I think
Like engineers.
yeah, I think what happens is the best leaders just come to a point where they're like, wait, my job is not to instill a certain level of like inspiration and hunger into people. It's just to like, 5% to do a little, 95% to do a lot. Any smart person knows this game. You know, the problem is the person that gets into business in the beginning, they think 100% have to do a lot. So they go through their whole fucking business being like, why can't my people figure it out? And then I say, wait, that's the problem, because how many people are you serving from? Well, 7 people. There's your fucking problem. You're trying to get 7 people to do a lot. You don't have enough people doing a little. Or no? Because watch what you said to me before the question. You're like, there was fucking Timbits, right? And people love the Timbits. Oh yeah, lunchtime Timbits. Dude, in every single, watch this though. In every single big sales organization, there's still fucking Timbits in different aspects and analogies. But they still know there's fucking little people that want to do just a little.
Yeah.
They still know that. They still know their whole sales force they know that 5-10% will outproduce 90% of the sales force. So they'll still give those fucking people Timbits and little vacations and little salaries and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
To keep everything, to keep the perception of the company high, number one, right? You got to have people that are winning, that feel big at the top. Number two, you need all this stuff. Like I think it's as any smart sales leader. I'm giving the people that are the B and C players inside of this, and the A players that need to know a tip. It would be stupid for you to try to get your whole team inspired, motivated, and to fucking work. It's stupid. You're just it's stupid. I was on, Anthony, their top leader, did an event with me. It was a pop-up event. He said the exact same thing. He's like, I'm not busting my ass off to try to get 100% of my organization to work. He's like, I just need to find a hand selective of people to do a fucking lot of people. And that's just a lot of people. That's a lot of people to go through to find a Kane and a Rakan. It's just a lot of people to go through. So I think the surveying's too small. Sales works just like when it gets bigger and bigger, the bigger the corporations, just works like anything else. They'll give fucking Timbits to the 95. Like think of this. Any top producer inside of sales, they don't even give a fuck about any of the promotions inside of the business stuff. You stop forgetting about that stuff.
Yeah.
Who cares about that? And you know who cares? Who really, really cares about the trips? Like really fucking cares about them? Like, dude, you just post the trips to fucking market yourself. Trust me, dude. Like I know when I watch you, like you're like, yeah, this is fucking cool. But when you're doing that, that's a marketing thing, you know? Like you don't really, because you're a player, you don't really give a fuck. Oh my God, I'm so you're thinking about, bro, how the fuck do I make $100,000 a month right now? Like after you make
sitting on the beach.
Yeah,
we're like,
after you make that video where you're like, you guys can travel from anywhere, you put down your fucking phone, because that's for the B players.
Yeah.
Sorry. You put down your phone and you're like, how the fuck do I make $100,000 a month? Yeah. Right? Yeah. This is what I think. But you gotta, what did you do though? You went equally publicly. Like publicly, you're like, dude, I just gotta be like, equal to everybody publicly. But on the fucking back end, like my hunger, my people with my 5 people, I gotta find my fucking 5% of people that are fucking hungry. But publicly, I'm saying, oh, you guys can travel. So I always say like, the vacations, the incentives, think your company knows what they're doing. I just learned from the people at the top of your company. The founders, look what the founders do. Let's give them vacations. Let's give them a fucking car. Let's give them a little bonus here. Why? Because I just need to get 90% of people to do a little. Those people, they'll do a fucking little. The top players, they don't give a fuck about a vacation. They don't give a fuck about the incentives, the free trip. You want to know why? Because their commissions will always outsmack that fucking free trip. They could take 100 fucking free trips. All that other stuff is just to motivate anybody else. Because to me, the only thing that's a motivation inside of sales is what? The uncapped income. So any top leader is always going to be like, well, fuck the vacations. I can make unlimited money and uncapped income inside of sales. That's 10 times more motivating than... So that's why I said this. I said this it was in Lebanon. I said the only motivator inside of sales is just the compensation plan within itself. Like the money within the compensation plan. Because if that can't hype you up, if making unlimited uncapped commissions, it can't hype somebody up in sales, I automatically put them in the 95%. I'm like, that person's never gonna be a top fucking sales leader. Because if making $500,000 a month doesn't motivate somebody, then I don't think they're a top sales leader. I don't think, I already know, like if that person's not shooting for $100,000 months at minimum, I already know that's already going to be part of the 90%. Yeah. And then you can ask people like right away from their goals. So you're just like, how much do you want to make? Oh, it'd be nice to make like $7,000. I'm like, okay, this person is not that like person that I'm spending every single day with 7 days a week for the campfire,
Well, you didn't want to make, you wanted to only make like a part-time income first, no?
Yeah, but then it
because I was making money at Good Life.
Right.
So to me
too. And then it became like, no, I want to make a fucking $100,000.
And then the box unraveled itself.
Right.
I'm like, wait, so 100 grand a year is not a lot of money.
Right.
Exactly.
Because Kane was doing more than that at that point. I'm
Right.
like, well, the difference between it just it's
It
1
clicked.
plus 1 equal 2.
When you realize that somebody, this is what fucks me up, right? Well, I'll tell you what fucks me up, because like, and everybody asks like, yo, why do you train network marketing and stuff like that? Because you really never find a better comp plan, right? Like, think of this. Like, I've designed so many commission plans for sales affiliates, but I'm like, you can't find a better comp plan inside of network marketing. You can't. It's impossible. Like, they're designed by the smartest people in the world.
Yeah.
So when somebody's looking at me and they're like, man, you know, I'm like, you just really don't believe that the person at the top of your compensation plan is a real fucking human being. Like, they act like, but the people that starts to click when you're like, wait, that person's a fucking human and they're making $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, that realization hasn't hit you yet. You still think it's fake inside of your head.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Like, when somebody asks me, I'm like, you just don't think, what's your top producer's name? Oh, Michael. I'm like, you think Michael's fake. You think that the company's paying fucking Michael or something in your head. You still have this story that you're like, oh, Michael. You still haven't came to a conclusion that Michael was fucking broke and stupid 4 years ago and that he made it and made $100,000 a month. I had to literally come to this conclusion inside of my head. I'm like, damn, that guy was stupid just like me.
Yeah.
You know, like that. Like, some people just haven't came to that click yet, so they think it's still fake.
Yeah.
Like, they think the top number's fake. You know,
man.
I just fuck, man.
Yeah. I seen your check a couple times.
Couple times.
Not fake.
Bro,
Remember you showed us?
Opened it.
Yeah, on purpose.
And Blazok, let me see again.
Let
me see. Rakan, how the fuck?
We're in
Fuck, man. I thought I had Rakan's like, I thought I had privacy.
We're in his penthouse one time. Rakan's like, Armin, Vlad, come here for a sec. We thought he was gonna show us like the next event or something where he opens his commission checks. We're like, me and Armin are like, what the fuck's going on? And this guy dropped out of engineering after like 20
Who,
minutes.
you?
Him.
Not me.
Him.
Me, I never went.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
you were in school.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, so
man.
good life in school.
Yeah, good let's go.
He was in my program and he dropped out
attempting-
and became a millionaire, and I went to
attempting school.
make some- yeah.
It was me trying to be.
Oh,
insane.
wait. So this wasn't like a fat check. This was just like,
No, he's talking about
big
recent.
checks.
Not
last
recent.
year.
Last
Last
year.
year.
you dropped out of school last year?
No, bro.
Brother.
He's just
No.
talking
I
about.
saw the check last year.
I'm
He
saying
saw Rakan's income.
Oh, you dropped out of engineering.
No,
No,
I
bro.
finished engineering. I got the ring. He dropped out of engineering and became a millionaire. So he dropped out of engineering and became a millionaire.
And everybody that's doubting if you guys can make a lot of money, look how stupid I am. Look at it. You guys are laughing because you're like, Dan, you know, he said the answer 4 times. I told you. You could be in Kuma, ESL, fail fucking math, fail stories, and still become good. But anyways, yeah, you showed them a fat check and they fucking got motivated.
Where's the limits, brother? Where's the limits?
Crazy.
What
Anyways, this
I think
was
we're an
this
hour
was
and a
fun,
half,
man.
bro.
This was fun, yeah.
My friends, my family.
Put the
this
check
will
in the
be
description.
This will be definitely, absolutely the highest podcast we have watching. My brother Daniel, appreciate you, bro.
So
thank you
fun.
so much, bro. Vlad, Armin, Abiz, thank you very much.
We always have a good time, by the way. This is
bro,
always
this
this
is
is
so
actually a
dope.
fun
This is
time.
so
This is a fun podcast.
Part 3 will be very different.
It's just
bro.
your tradition. The
I
moment I
think-
come into Canada,
Brother,
it's
part
just
3,
I
we are
think
attacking you a little bit.
I think
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
part
Yeah.
3 should be on a beach or something, bro.
Yeah.
Like
it should be something crazy.
Every time
It'll
we
just be at the next event we do. It'll be in a crazy spot in the next event. We'll be in Florida. Whenever next event we
I
do.
think
Florida.
I'm telling you about the Toronto. We'll talk about Toronto.
Yeah.
Anyway, my friends, make sure you like, subscribe. Daniel G, brother, thank you. Talk soon. Peace.